bed off of a 1989 Chevy 1500. Pretty easy process, about 9 bolts and 6 wires. So the bolts are going to be located under the back corner panel. There should be one here, should be one right about there, should be one up here. Same with the other side. The other side there will be a wire for the fuel pump right above the gas tank, and a set of 4 wires for the tail lights, reverse lights, parking lamps, and license plate lamps. Same with the other side. There's a bolt right above the shock mount. It's got to come out. Holds the center of the bed. That sucker right there. These bolts are usually locked in there with some sort of Loctite, so it's not like you're going to be able to just get it out without a breaker bar. You gotta use a breaker bar. You can't get this one with a impact wrench. If you had one of them little short angle ones, you might be able to, but once you get the Loctite all worn out, these come out pretty easily. Probably about 10 rotations. Probably ditch the breaker bar by now. Still pretty tough. So remove the 3 bolts holding the gas funnel on. And after all the bolts holding the bed is out, just take a jack, piece of wood, lift it, make sure on both sides there's no bolts left holding it on. So if you miss one, the bed ain't coming off. Same with the other side. Jack it up, look both ways, make sure the bed is not held on by any bolts anymore. Okay, here's one of many different ways to lift a bed off of a truck. As you've seen before, we already jacked up the sides to see if they're disconnected. Well, I just left that jacked up. I've had these things, call them just ladders, I guess, built for a while. This simple square looking thing, a rectangle looking thing. I'm going to take some 10-foot 2x4s, slide them up underneath where the bed was jacked up, where I can get them as far as I can over to the other side. Because then I end up taking that jack out, going to the other side, jacking up the other side, and taking a tall jack, otherwise known as arm jack, and I'll jack up this side over here on one of these so I can slide the other one underneath the other side after I jack the other side up with a small jack. Alright, got over on this side, jacked it up to where you can see the 2x4 will be able to slide underneath. Put the ladder jack over here. Give it a couple cranks up. It should be able to slide through. Oh, we gotta go up a little bit more on this side. There it is. Slid through. Okay, we got one through. Now we're going to have to move this jack to the back side probably, and the ladder jack over to that side. Okay, we wiggled and jiggled and got the ladder in place, and also put the tall jack in place. So now what I'm going to do is just lift one board at a time, screw it into place until the bed's high enough to where I can access the wires that I need to cut and replace afterwards. Alright, after a little bit of screamy go happy fun time about an earthworm, I'm back at it. At this point, at this exact height, now I have to start removing wires because they're starting to pull. The gas ground right here is nice and taut, has to be removed. There should be another wire somewhere. Okay, maybe not. On some of the other models, there's another wire that goes from the fuel pump up to the body. This one must be grounded along a wire that goes to the engine compartment. This one I'm just going to snip this because it's, you know, it's just for static buildup. This one right there. It's just for static buildup when you're pumping gas. I'm going to snip it and replace it with a new one. Back here, you have all your wires for your lights. This one I can just disconnect with a couple plugs. Yeah, they're well rotted. Yeah, it looks like there's a couple that are hardwired in. I'm just going to snip them. Yeah, because this has been worked on several times before by the looks of it. So, yeah, it'll be a snipper. Once I get it snipped, then I'll continue lifting this up more until it's high enough to where I can pull the truck out from underneath the bed. Okay, we almost got it all the way up, so I can get it out. Looks good. Looks like it should slide right out. I think the battery died, but I ended up getting it off, pulled the truck out, pulled it way up ahead of the red truck. I'm going to back it up, put the red truck underneath this bed. wheels on this truck are taller, so I'm going to have to lift this up another inch or so on both sides. Okay, jacked it up another couple inches.
Interesting. What about this?
That's it, the rest. Set it down. I'll set it down on it, push this into place, lower it down, and then just use my hands to push it into place where it's got to be.